Good afternoon, everybody. It seems like ages since we last did a tile. I don't know why. It's just been obviously a busy weekend and a few days. So, yeah, to be honest, I've been drawing a lot this last couple of days. I've got something quite nice planned for our next project. So, watch this space. But for now, we're here on a tile. Now, you'll notice I've not done a black tile for a long time, and I thought, you know, it's about time I did. So, what do I have today? Of course, a black tile. I've got my white gel pen. I've got an 08. I do have an 05, but I find that my 08 runs a little bit nicer, honestly. And of course, you can see, look, I've tested out some different metallic pencils. Now, I do know that we had these back on Hobby Maker quite a while back. It's the Bronzeal metallic ones. But do you know what? You can use anything you like. If you've got pastels, you can use that. Or you can just use your white pencil. Really doesn't matter. But I thought we'd have a bit of a mix of things today. So we'll see, shall we? We'll see where it ends up. So, okay then. Let's do that. Look, 295. Do you know, I'm so proud of all of us. Not just those of us that were from the beginning. And I'm very proud of you. But for those that have sort of joined in after. And then have gone back to do them and try all different ones again. Do you know what? It's actually not a bad idea to go back and, you know, perhaps try some of those first few and just then look at the original that you did and see how much you've come on. I bet you'll be surprised. So, all right, here we go. Where are we going to start? White pen. And I'm going to start sort of in the middle. Now, as you well know, if it's not exactly in the middle, it doesn't matter. And, of course, remember that when you're using a gel pen, you've just got to take your time a little bit with it because it takes a little bit longer to sort of draw than it does. Yeah, Jackie, sorry, I'm reading your message. You're trying to talk at the same time. It's funny, but okay. Are we ready then? So here we go. I'm going to start with, let's have a look. I'm going to draw a wobbly line, slightly wobbly. Okay, now if you think, oh no, I want to do straight, go on, give it a go. There you go. Not right to the end. And then I want to imagine that I've got two more, but they sort of, you know, imagine splitting your bubble up so you've got sort of equal space. And I don't want to go right to the end because I would like to put a couple of words in this if we've got space later. Okay, so you see, just sort of wobbly. There you go, sort of like that. I don't mind that they're slightly different sizes, it's fine. Okay, so I'm going to put another line, a little bit shorter, but quite close. There you go. And next one then. So, being that I've done that one on that side, I'll do the same, I'll do it on this side. There you go. You see, you can tell that my pen needs a little bit more work there because they don't always run as you want them to get going. I need to source my own white pen, don't I? I think that's what I need to do. There you go. So we've got that kind of a thing. All right. Hello, Bonnie and Steph and Shirley. I haven't seen you for ages, Shirley. And then I see Karen as well, not so long ago. Oh, it's lovely to see that because we don't always get together, do we? It's nice to sort of see those names. Okay, so I'm going to go back to this first line that I did. And I'm going to sort of come over the top and go down a little bit. Let me draw it, then I'll stop. Okay, might go a bit more. All right. And then I'm going to bring that back down. Again with a wobbly to the point there. Okay, so let's turn it round. And then I'm going to do the same again. I know, so I like the Signos too, the uni balls, they're quite nice. I don't have one to hand. So that's okay though, use whatever you've got. Oh God, hello. I know. Those tiles were great. It was just, they sort of all had a bit of a blue. I think I do the same. I ended up with quite a few red ones. And it's nice, isn't it? You get that sort of blue period and red period. It's like Picasso. Okay. There we go. So we've got that kind of a shape. Let's focus now on this side. And a similar thing, look. I'm going to come back down. I'm not trying to make them all the same thickness. But they've got a little bit of a wobble to them. There you go. And to the next one. Oh, Christine, a new embroidery machine. That's exciting. What's your first project going to be? I wonder. I've got the Mickey Mouse or the Disney version. My first project was actually Mickey Mouse. And of course, making sure that the word Sanntangle could be embroidered. Okay, got that kind of thing. So let's have a look. It doesn't matter which one we start now. I'm going to sort of come off of this one here. So a little bit of a distance there. See, just a little mark. And then I'm going to come around. And then back in. Again, just keeping that little wobble on. Nice. I'll do similar on the other side. See, so I'm going to come from this sort of direction there. And then along we come. And then back down. So that wasn't so much of an angle, but that's okay. So let's have a look at this next one. Same again. Let's try a little bit more of an angle this time. There you go. All right. It doesn't have to be. You can change a little bit. And then one up here, look, and back down. And along. And then same with this one. They're sort of building quite nicely. I don't want them to join, so this might sort of be the last one here. And one more. So that sounds nice. Cushions. Actually, I'm on the case with a quilt, actually. It's the first series quilt I've ever made. Like a William Morris design. It's at the stage now. It's all 3 sections are stuck together. There was 50 blocks on it. And I've got to now actually quilt it. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll do an hour this weekend. Maybe. There we go. So we've got this funny sort of little shape going on here. It's really quite sweet, isn't it? Nice, like it. So let's have a look now. I want to put some words in here a little bit. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 and a little one. So I'm going to sort of sketch in. Now if you want to do this afterwards, or you want to do it in pencil first, that's fine. But I want it to sort of look a bit sketch-like. So here we go. So I've got one box there. And again, you might want to sort of put your own little quote in here, or whatever you want to do. And I don't want them to be particularly in a line, so let's sort of do that, because I know what's coming. So shall I actually write them in as I'm going? That might help you. And this is a good one, actually. It's a nice little quote that I sort of remember, because you know sometimes we all rushing about and we don't sort of stop and take our time. So here we go. That is my when. That was a good guess with the size of the box, wasn't it? And then I'm going to do this one in little letters. In. There we go. And I'm going to put another one sort of along here. So this is 5 letters. So similar sort of size. I don't mind it going underneath there. Let's go along a bit. There you go. Okay. So I think I'm going to go capitals with this one as well. Let's see how we do. I always have to remember this because it's got a silent letter in. Alright. And of course you've got to be careful with a white gel pen, because it takes a little bit longer to dry and I don't want to smudge it. That was a guess. Like when in doubt. There you go. And alright. I'm going to do another one here. I'll turn it that way. I find that I can draw vertical lines much better that way. There we go. And I like this sort of little crisscross over as well. Another little one. And I'm going to put one there. Here, I think. So you know, you could put your own little first in. You don't have to put them at all if you want. I think sometimes it's nice to put those in. Okay, so when in doubt, and I'm going to do this in little b or lowercase. There we are. And then here I'm going back to capitals. There we go. And this has been really useful, actually, something that I've sort of picked up this last couple of days, because, you know, doing a lot of design work, you can sort of think, oh my goodness me, what am I going to do here? How's that going to work? And you can get so involved in the design and you forget to just think, do you know what, just stop for a minute and think about this. There you go. So like that. When in doubt, be still. Just take a breath and just have a bit of a think about what the next sort of step is, and it doesn't half make it a little bit easier for you. Okay? So let's have a look. We've got some nice little spaces here now. See, in between the sort of the petals, if that's what you want to call them. So I'm going to come up and out here. Again, taking my time, because, you know, this is a gel pen and we don't want to rush that. There you go. And then a little line sort of here, not too far up. I want a little bit of a gap there. Okay. So let's bring in the zoom. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put a little curve on that. And then I'm going to come around that shape. And then I'm going to come along and then create a little curl with a little bobble on the end. Okay, nice. So I'm going to add a couple of little dots as well, just to that little stem line. Okay. So let's do another. And again, I can cross that one if I want to. It's not a problem. And then a little line. Remember, not too sort of far up there. You want that one to be a little bit taller. Then a little curve. And then I'm going to come around this one. Now this time it's going to go underneath, see there. And then I'm going to imagine, there it is, look, there's that little curl with a bobble on the end. And a couple of little dots on the line there. Okay. Oh, Louise, frame stencils, yes, yes. That's what I'm working with at the minute. Is that a hint? That's what I'm working with. Look at those. Changing the subject, look. Aren't they lovely? So I'm going to put a little dot on the end of those as well. I think it just finishes it. But yes, we use our frame stencils all the time, don't we, for frames. But what if you were to use them for other things? It's exactly what I'm working on at the minute. So as much as I can tell you. There you go. See? And again, I'm going to put that little dot there like that. And let's do another one sort of coming out this way. Again, see that little line? It's a little bit sort of shorter than that one. I know, Maureen, you've taught her well. There you go. See, these are going to sort of look like little butterflies, don't they, if they were a bit closer. Let's have one coming up here. So I'm just going to work my way down that line again. Just wanted it a little bit wider. And then in and along. And it sort of rolls off after a little bit. They're really quite nice to do. You don't have to have two, you know, all together. Let's bring one down here. And then again, see, curve, bobble, and curl. Bobble on the end. Yeah, let's have a look at that. Beverly, I'm not working months in advance now. I would like to be working months in advance. But as you know, when you design and make everything yourself, it doesn't always work that way. Hopefully, with a new member of staff joining us next month, I'll be able to take a little bit more time out to actually be able to do my design work during the day more. Because at the minute, I'm actually working in the office in the day, apart from this week. And there you go. And then designing in the evening. So it would be nice to have a break. Maybe I'll get my quilt finished. I love it though. I really don't mind. I love what I do. But yeah, I do know I need a few breaks. And Vicky, yes, there is going to be a diary this year. I'm just waiting on something, and I don't want to spoil the surprise, but it's looking like it's going to be Christmas Day. Honestly, if we said that, then I know that I've got it done in time. But definitely for the new year, it'll be there. Hopefully, I've given you your calendar, so within that you can, you know, at least start to plan your dates and you know what's coming next year. But the diary will definitely be there. So thank you for your patience. All right, I'm going to put some bubbles in, as always. And I think we can add, I'm sure we can add a couple of little zingers in here too. There you go. Just sort of to work. Well, that's good, Vicky. I know Leslie's been in the office packing this week. Her and Tommy and John actually are over there working. It's giving me a chance to get on with some drawings that I need to sort out. Hopefully you'll think they'll be worth it. There you go. And a little bobble maybe if you need it. Okay. I know Leslie's got the last few. Hopefully should have gone out today if the courier's collected them yet. But yeah, she said they were all going to be done today. So if you haven't got your calendar yet, Bonnie, yeah. Little zingers. There you go. One for you, look. There you are. And, some little bubbles. There you go. Okay. It's nice, isn't it? Just to sort of include the words in the image rather than around the edge. It's nice. So if you were going to use your white chalk pencil now, your pastels, then that's what you'd be picking up right now. But I'm going to come in, I've got some, as I say, the metallic colours. I've got a few sort of to play with here. Let's see where we end up. So I'm going to start with a little hint of green maybe. So I'm just going to add a little bit. Let's go in a bit more. There you go. Just sort of on these edges here. Now, of course, these are not going to blend like your pencil will or your white chalk pencil. But if you're using the white chalk, put a little bit in and push it out this way. But you see, I've left a little bit of black at the end there. Now, I'm not going to add loads and loads on. I just want to give it a hint of colour. Just ease the pressure off as you go along. You see, so you've got that little bit there. There you go. So just a little hint. Now, because it's on black, you don't need to worry too much about getting that perfect blend. It's just about you wanting a little hint of that colour in there. These little leafy shapes or butterfly wings are just sort of around the edge anyway, so you don't want to overdo it. Just give them a hint of colour. Brenda, yes, I am going to do the calendar. I have promised somebody that I will have classes on for next year this afternoon, or by the end of the day anyway. So I will add the calendar on today as well. And I know we've got some cabochons in stock now, so if you liked the cabochon stencil kit, you'll be able to stock up on those, because I'm gonna add those too. So I'll get there. All right. Okay, bit of green in there. Okay. So I'm going to work with, I've got like a pinky colour and I've got a blue colour here. I'm going to start with, let's have a look, the blue colour. I'm going to put a little bit just sort of down one edge there. Doesn't matter which way round. See, I'm upside down at the minute, but that's fine. And then just sort of in the middles. I'm going to really go for it. I want to press on a little bit in there. And then just sort of flick out. You see, and as you flick out, you sort of get a little bit less pressure. Again, it's just like, almost like you're using that white chalk pencil or your regular pencil, just giving it a little bit of shadow there, see? Oh, thank you, Brenda. All right. See, press on a bit and then flick it out a bit. See, because it's on black, you can get away without really shading it. If this was on white, you'd have to do a little bit more work just to ease that little sort of blend off there. Okay, same with this one. There's nothing stopping you, I suppose, colouring it in with all sorts of things if you want to. As you know, the paper or the cardstock the tiles are made from will take water very well, so you could watercolour this. You could use your alcohol markers if you wanted to, it works well with that too. Or you can keep it monochrome and just shade it in with your pencil. Just wanted a little bit of extra colour in there. There you go. See, you've got that bit of blue in. Distinguishes as well between the background and the sort of the petals. Okay, so here we go. Let's. Yeah. Oh, hi, Maureen. No problem. I know eyes with a wolf can be a little bit tricky, can't they? I know that. So if you get stuck, just message me and I'll go through it with you. Okay, so again, I'm working now with that sort of pinky colour. I'm sort of working from the top there, see, just pulling it in. They're not touching as such, they just need a little bit of colour in there. See, so I'm working along the tops and then pulling it down a little bit in there. There you go. So you can go as strong or as light as you want to with this. But, you can give it a little bit of force there, but just a little bit less as you're pulling it down. Same on these. Can't remember the last black tile we did actually. I think it's been quite a while. We've used a lot of grey and quite a few pinks. The blush tile is probably a popular one as well. It's not used black in ages. Something really really nice about working with it. Quite mysterious. It's almost like the image appears on the cardstock. Just about the dark. Love it. There we are. Just building those. Of course, you could go in and add a couple more layers if you want to. Oh, Sue. Maybe just sort of chill with it. Just start with a tiny tile and draw something really tiny. Draw this on a tiny tile. And leave it for a little bit. And then perhaps go and add colour when you're ready. Or, do it that way. So try not to. Sometimes I know working on the bigger pieces, you can get a little bit. It takes a long time. So just do something little and then move on. Tea and cake. That's the answer. Maybe a little bit more inspiration. It's coming your way. Or just do a little bit on your calendar. It doesn't mean you've got to leave it till next year. Just add a little bit to something that's already there. It's nice to do. Well, I say go back to the beginning and look at the first few tiles. And maybe just do a little bit of practice. Try a few different things in your book. Or, spend 20 minutes doing that. One of those first few tiles and have a look at the difference. I'm sure you'll see a massive sort of difference in how far you've come. There you go. You see where you don't really have to completely blend this one. It just sort of helps you out anyway. Let's go over that blue with that bit of pinky colour. We don't really need to do a massive amount. Although going back into doing that. Oh, I know, Susan, we've got the Advent tiles coming up. It's a shame about the tile swap, I know, but I don't want to risk anything getting lost because of the strikes and things with Royal Mail. So at least the Advent one would be nice, I think. Got that to come. I noticed a few of you have been buying the cream tiles, the tiny ones, so you're getting ready, I know that. There you go. It's nice, isn't it? So I do have a little bit of gold and silver as well. So I'm going to bring the goldy colour in. I'm going to add a little bit just to the sides. Let's go a bit bigger. Oh, in a second. And I think, you know, when dark nights come in and it's suddenly gone very cold, hasn't it? It can change your mood. It's, just little hints. I'm also going to do a little bit just down the side. And you won't see a massive amount of change there, but you'll know it's there. A little bit of gold. Yeah. And then just going to just add a little bit. Just sort of one side there. See, nothing much, just sort of giving it a hint of colour there. Don't want much in. It's almost, with black, it's almost, it gives you permission to not worry about blending pencils or anything like that. It's about just having a play. And you know what, and sometimes if you have lost your way, you know, like we do on occasion, this actual little verse today, this little piece there, it's just really nice, isn't it? When in doubt, be still. And you know what, actually, Jackie, yeah, exactly. Mine's actually on my, hang on one second, because I'm actually in my craft room in my house. So if I just take this off the wall, yes, look at this one. There is the one from last year. Look, I stitched on mine, look. There you go. There's the one from last year, literally still on my wall in my craft room. So yeah, don't worry about it. People do lose their way now and again, and it's not a problem. It just means that you've got to just sit and take a breather. But this one, really nice to say, doing and something that's different. So a black tile with white ink, really quite sweet. If you want to, I've got one here that I've done in on the grey tile, but I've used alcohol markers to colour it in instead. And then if you have a look in the middle, if I just lift it up, there you go, I've used my metallic gold just to give it some bubbles. So quite a few you know, different ways of doing this one. So go with what you feel, pick one out, even if you do this little bit on a tiny tile. But I've really enjoyed doing it on black, and as quick as it's been today. I know sometimes we can take up to an hour to do these, but that's only taken us half an hour. So you could perhaps do 2 or 3 little versions of this, or maybe you can go to macro if you're up for it. But whatever you want to do, just have a bit of fun with it. And hang in there, everybody. Take a deep breath and just be still, have a cup of tea. Spend half an hour and just thinking about it, and then see where you end up. So, okay, short and sweet today, but that's, you know, that's sometimes how it is. Have fun with it, and I will see you back here on Friday. And maybe on Friday, actually, I'll hope to give you a little bit of a sneak peek as to what I've been working on, ready for the next show. So, all right, have a good one, everybody. Take care, and I'll see you soon. All right, bye.